Morning all, it's Saturday the something of May and I'm in Subiaco, and what I'm going to do is have a look at a proposed detour off the principal shared path up ahead that's going to run from the 10th of June to the 18th of June. Now, I've got no idea what the detour is about. I have spotted like a line marking paint on the path for the last couple of weeks. They could be repairing tree root damage, they could be digging it up to move a gas line. I have no clue. All I know is they're closing the path for a while. I hope they're resurfacing it because I came through about a month ago and there was a group of cyclists and one of them was lying flat on the deck being treated by some ambulance officers, and apparently what he'd done is he'd reached down to have a drink of water and he'd hit a bit of a one of those asphalt speed bumps in the surface where the roots had pushed it up, and down he went, and he went down hard enough to require being taken away in an ambulance. So if they're going to rip it all up and lay down a nice new surface without roots underneath and all the rest of it, good stuff. What I will complain about though is the setup of the detour to allow that work to proceed. So we're going to have a look today at the arrangements that Subi Council is making for this work. Now, I came through here on Thursday or Friday, I think, and I spotted heading south 4 signs, dark signs, smallish signs, way up in poles in the sky, and I just spotted them by accident. And then I actually had to go back and review the video when I got home to find all the signs. That's how hard they were to spot. So I figured to start with, there's probably a lot of people who are going to be caught completely unawares that this work is underway. And the first they're going to know about it is on the 10th of June, when they're riding along here in one direction or the other, and they're going to be detoured off the shared path into goodness knows what, because the signage says seek other route. There's no maps, so it doesn't tell you where the detour is going to start and finish. Like, maybe it starts here and I get off and start onto the road here, because there's a sign just up ahead of me saying the path is going to be closed. Shared path closure, blah blah blah. Please seek alternative routes. That's it. I don't know why they didn't use the big yellow standard roadwork signage down on the left hand side of the road here. Just print up some core flutes on that kind of fluorescent yellow background and all would be good. Now, this path is a bit lumpy along here, so I'm assuming this might be where they're ripping it up. You can see, it rained overnight. You can see where the water's lying in a couple of holes. But I'm looking for line markings. I can't see any along that stretch. There might be one up there, and there's another sign. So I come out here, and first thing is, I'll show you, there's a nice big shrubbery blocking my view to the left, and I can't see cars coming. I actually have to come right out over the threshold, lean over my handlebars to see cars coming. Now there's absolutely nothing. Okay, is this going to be a clear way to start with? You can see there's a parked car up ahead. Look, there's a nice red lane here. That's all good. I'd feel fairly safe riding in this if it was coned off. Or they could go and get those big, red water barriers. You don't have to put water in them. Just set them up so that you've created a nice, clear, safe route for cyclists through here. And that would stop anyone parking in it. Because I think the important thing, if you're going to replace the PSP, is to get rid of the parking. Has that been considered? Now, I know that's probably extremely controversial because we're about to hit the train station here, and parking along here is probably used by train commuters. And there's no signage along here to say that parking is going to be taken away for that week. because if they were going to do it, I'd expect to see that kind of stuff up, and drivers would be told seek alternative parking spots, just like cyclists have been told to seek another route. Now, look, this is fine riding along here when there's no cars. There's plenty of room. Drivers can pass me quite happily. It's going to be a different story though, isn't it, Monday to Friday, when I'm out here, because there's a car parked in that red zone there on my left, and I have to ride probably about here in order to avoid being doored. That's going to be the issue. Now, there's in fact there's a red lane on the other side over there as well. So you could actually have unidirectional temporary bike lanes set up in both directions, obviously, and just figure out for cyclists going north how you get them off the PSP wherever across the road into that temporary lane going towards the city, and vice versa. You know what I mean. You need to have a safe way for people to actually cross the traffic. Hope the wind noise isn't too bad. Sorry about that. It was a bit stormy last night. Now, where does it stop? Okay, there was a sign there that I spotted through the trees. That might have been the last one, but I'm not sure whether I get back on here, for instance. I'm going to try this. That's right. So, for instance, does the detour stop and finish at this point? And is this where we are going to be getting off or getting back on? I don't know, because like I said, there's no map. So I did a quick search of the Subiaco Council website. You could find no announcement of it, no news, no project plan, no map. Like I said, it might not be the council doing the work. Could be telecommunication stuff, gas, sewage, water, fuel pipeline, goodness knows what. And there's some other agency that's going to be doing the work, and they've just notified council that they need to close the path off. Now look, if that's the case, who is that other agency, and where are their plans? Look, there's a classic example of a non-mammal type cyclist overtaking me. His dad, 2 young kids on his e-bike. Do you really want to be putting parents with children, taking them off a nice safe route like this and just dumping them unexpectedly onto Stubbs Terrace? You've got to remember that yesterday a 40-something-year-old cyclist was killed in Carlisle, a very quiet street. I'll put up a picture of Google Maps of what the intersection looks like. I find it unfathomable to work out how anyone could be killed in a bike versus car crash at that intersection, given that it's quiet suburban streets and traffic shouldn't be moving that fast, but it happened. So it's definitely something for council to think about. Have they the plans they come up with really safe enough for this detour that you can be putting, well, another classic thing, going past Shenton College, there's quite a few school kids that ride to and from school along the principal shared path. Yeah, some of them look like they're in year 12, others look a hell of a lot younger. Do you want to be putting kids in year 8? No parents or anything, because I normally ride to school on this lovely, safe, wide, safe shed path. You'd be dumping them on the road with nothing. So, yeah, council, firstly, put up some better signage, put up some maps saying where it starts and finishes, put up some details of the detour, what's the route we're supposed to take. Think about getting rid of that shed or street parking temporarily. It's probably too late for that. But it's what you should have done. And for goodness sake, go through the West Cycle checklist for creating detours. That's part one. I'll do part two, which will hopefully be a lot faster, going back in the other direction.